Hello and welcome back to LazArcade with me, BSF Gaming. Sorry for the week off. I had to do some bits and recharge the batteries and a lot of admin issues during the week last week. Kind of just put a curtail to any and all video making. Today we do have last week's European GT series. Now, unfortunately, I don't have race one because some pillock didn't save it. So we only have the endurance race to do. However, we'll do this and then we'll get on with the others after. As always, if you would like to join LazArcade, drop a message in the comments. I'll send you a working link to the Discord. Vice versa, you could hit us up on the Facebook under BSF Gaming. Again, drop us a message. I'll send you any working links. Or if you prefer, on the PSN network under BSF Gaming, drop us a message. I'll send you the links that way. As stated, this is the European GT series, a series, as it kind of explains itself, European GT cars. This is the Group 4 race, and we're at the Red Bull Ring. A very good track for all, well, for racing any car, to be fair, all cars. It's just such a good track for good clean racing. There's always going to be crashes, and on that note, we'll get into it and see how we go. On pole we have Spaniard, Liam second, Watty third, Womjo fourth, Axel fourth, Shug sixth, BSF Gaming in seventh, Wixie in eighth, and Jeff in ninth. And as the lights tick up, we're off. And Liam, with an awful start, missing his gears completely, drops from second to the back. Spaniard gets a clean run into turn one. Watty also into two. And a bit of argy-bargy in the midfield as everybody filters through relatively cleanly. And already on the way up to turn two, 3 wide into turn two, Shugs on the inside, holding it from Wixie, who decides to run a little bit wide, followed by Jeff. And as they come down towards turn three, 3 wide again, Wixie on the outside this time, Jeff just on the middle line, Shugs not going in deep. Inside, keeps it clean, and Womjo with a good run, looking to go around the outside, but has to filter in. Oh, and Womjo exits stage right into the wall. Maybe a bit of contact in that, or maybe just putting a wheel on the grass, but Watty from P2 down to P5 already. Liam doing a good job making up places from the back. A little bit laggy, but controllable at the moment. In the background, Womjo and Jeff is off, and so is Shugs. Massive damage between Shugs and Jeff. So a little bit of contact there in the S's has scuppered their start to the race. Watty looking for a move on Liam into turn one. Following down, heavy on the brakes, gets the McLaren stop. Liam going very wide on the exit of turn one. BSF is up to fourth, and Wixie up to third already as we head into turn two for the second time. On the outside, BSF with the switch back, looking for the gap. Gets one, but Wixie going round the outside of Axel as they come down to turn three again. Axel defending from Wixie, goes wide. Wixie thinking better about the move here. He'll get it done on the exit of the corner, but the four-wheel drive Alpha sliding through the corner. Wixie not able to make any headway at this time. Behind those is Watty and Liam just a little bit wide, manages to keep it on, gets a good run down the hill, thinks better about the move. Once again, very good filtering. Oh, but with the lag, I'm not sure if that was over the track limits or just the lag running, but behind these, Shrugs has decided to continue with the damage. Jeff 2, Womjo, sorry, doing another donut. Now dropping quite a long way back. He's repaired the damage though, so he should be able to get back towards the pack quite soon. Wixie, Liam with a good move on Watty and stuffs it up the inside as Shugs is now closing back in. Liam running a little bit wide on the exit, does pick up a half second for track limits though, so that will hinder him at the end of the lap. Wixie and BSF, third and fourth, just following each other, line astern. Oh, and that's Liam gone around. It may have been a bit of contact, but we did miss it. Watty has not stopped, so that kind of makes me think Liam dipped a wheel over that sausage curb and may have lost it there. Watty out braking himself into turn 3, and that will give Liam a chance to catch back up. Shugs has gone through in the Ferrari and chasing down the Lamborghini and Aston Martin in front of him. Axel all sorts of sideways under braking in the Alpha, and Spaniard up the front also in the Alpha. So 2 Alphas followed by a Aston Martin, followed by a Lamborghini, then a Ferrari, then another Aston Martin, followed by a McLaren. Behind them, Jeff now closing back in as well in the Lamborghini. Womjo in the final Lamborghini at the back. BSF is pitted from the soft tyres, so getting out of the traffic early on might pay off, might not, as they head up to turn 2 again, 4th lap now. Wixie sat in Axel slipstream. Axel picking up that track limit penalty. Very, very good on in the Alpha under braking. The Aston Martin just not able to get close enough. And then on pure acceleration out of the corner, those Alphas are absolutely rapid. Behind them, Shugs with the damage, now up to P4, making good headway. Liam, many spins but no damage, doing good on the mediums. Watty behind, picking up a track limit, and Jeff now closing in on the back of the leading pack. BSF has got a pit lane penalty for cutting the entry or possibly exit, more likely the entry. And Womjo slowly closing in, I'm thinking. Slowly closing in on the leading pack. Just needs to keep the pace up. Wixie has made it past Axel, having served that penalty. So Wixie now in P2, closing down on Spaniard. Looking for the move up the inside into turn 1. Thinking better of it. And as we enter into the darkness, Axel flying off the track in spectacular style, will probably pick up another track limits for that, and does so, and at the same time Shugs following, so those two will lose a bit of ground, but we'll head back to the front with Wixie following Spaniard. Spaniard all over the inside curve, but that's going to leave him vulnerable on the run down to turn 3. Wixie in the slipstream now as we get into the night phase. Wixie on the move up the inside, gets stopped, rotate on the curb. Good exit, but the Alpha's acceleration just dragging him back in front momentarily into the next left-hander, and Spaniard still not wanting to give this up. Wixie had the excess speed and has made it to the lead. A brilliant move, double move round the outside. And Spaniard now just sitting in the slipstream, looking for Wixie to make a mistake, or possibly just using the acceleration in the next phase. However, Wixie has got a very good jump through that final sector, and even with the four-wheel drive Alpha, Spaniard probably will not make a move this lap. 3 wide we go here in the background as Watty, Liam and Jeff now into turn 1. Jeff goes up the inside, gets it all over the curb, but rotated nicely. Watty gets back ahead of Liam as Liam just drops off with a track limits, possibly from turn 1 or maybe the last corner. But Liam now looking at Watty's rear end. Watty very unstable under braking. And Liam now all over the exit curb. It's getting extremely dark. Shugs with even more damage has had another error. BSF right behind him now. And as they come down, the windscreen wipers are on. That's BSF's full attack mode engaged. Or maybe lack of knowing where the buttons are to turn everything off. As they whip around the sharp turn 3, BSF will have the run on Shugs. The Ferrari kicking up some real nice dirty air there. And as they come down the hill through the S's, BSF on course for the fastest lap, which previously held by Shugs. Heading into the final sector. Following Shugs into the first of the rights, and Shugs has peeled off into the pits. So Shugs has gone to repair by the looks of it. That's towed BSF nicely up to the back of the leading pack. Watty, Jeff with a 1 second track limit, Watty with a half second. Spaniard in second, really struggling to keep pace with Wixie as they head into turn 2 and picking up a penalty for good measure. Axel now pressurising in third. Shugs is now leaving the pits, so we'll just check. Shugs is leaving the pits on hard tyres and hasn't fully repaired the car. And at that moment, the rain begins to fall as well. So Wixie up the front, slowly stretching his lead over Spaniard, who, even with that penalty, will now lose at least 1 place. Jeff now in 4th, having not repaired the damage, is doing very well, closing in or serving that big penalty. And there goes BSF from 8th to 4th in 1 lap, getting everybody into the pits now. Yeah, everyone is into the pits. Wamjo is up to 8th, so he's past Shugs in the pit lane. So as long as Shugs can just get around this lap in that Ferrari, he'll be able to get those wet tyres and hopefully not lose too much time. Deep into the final corner, very wide. Gets back into the pit lane though, and everybody's switching. Axel's the first out of the pits on intermediates. BSF following with wets, Watty with wets, Liam on intermediates. Wixie has gone from P1 to P5. He's come out on wets. Jeff is on full wets. So is Spaniard. See what Wumjo and Shugs get up to in a minute. So Jeff and Spaniard. Wumjo's out on wets. Shugs is going to repair the damage, hopefully, which will mean that he'll be stationary a few more seconds. And he's also gone to full wets. Axel is off down into turn 3. BSF chasing in P2. Watty with a big wiggle. Liam 2. Those intermediates of Liam really not paying dividends just yet. Although Watty with the wets didn't fare much better. Wixie's up the inside but thinks better of it. Gonna give Liam a bit of breathing space. Hopefully Liam will be comfortable. Wixie with a big wiggle has let Jeff up the inside, and Jeff has got a brilliant run on Liam now going into the final 2 turns. Whether he'll stick it out, he will. He'll go down the inside and Liam will just hang it out. Wixie closing in very hard under the brakes. So Liam on the intermediates, and so is Axel. So whether those tyres will be good enough in this quite heavy rain. Axel with a big wheel spin as he gets beached on the curb, picking up a half second. BSF right behind on the full wets as the rain starts to pick up in intensity. Jeff has managed to get past Liam. Wixie will follow. And looking at a move on Spaniard too. And Jeff and Watty have come together in turn 2. And as the two of them get back on the track, Jeff with a 1 second penalty. Looking at the move now on the inside of Watty and Liam. Watty with a big wiggle. Gets it stopped. Liam on the outside, hanging it out. Gets a good drive, but what he will come through too, maybe. Thinks better of it. Spaniard out wide on the gravel, is not enjoying that at all. Shugs doing good, keeping it nice and clean. He's on his way forward. So is Wumjo. But Watty and Liam now. Spaniard part of this little gaggle as Jeff serves his penalty. Is going to be incredibly slow. Liam round the outside. Watty up the inside. Spaniard as well. All involved. So get over the curb. There's going to be a couple of track limits there. I got suspicions. Seem to have all got away with it for now. Spaniard up the inside of Liam, and Watty just following in behind for the moment. Gives Liam a little flash, lets him know that he's there. Jeff this time does pick up another half second penalty for turn 1. And as he chases Wixie down, Wixie struggling for pace in this phase. A yellow flag up ahead. Who's gone round? Somebody's gone around. Who is it? Might have been Axel from P2. Picking up 1.5 seconds of penalty. And a bit of front bumper damage. So Axel losing it under braking. Jeff now up the inside without the damage. Will be on the outside for the S's. But manages to swoop clean around the outside of him. And that leaves Axel real slow now with 3 cars gaggled behind him. Spaniard with a little bit of a bump and run. Although it filters back in. So very nice sportsman-like driving there. Just filter back in. Now Axel's got to serve that penalty, so he'll drop to the back of that group very quickly. Jeff now struggling with a turn in there. Spaniard just flies up behind him under braking. And down the straight for the 10th time. On to lap 11 we go. Customary yawn. You would have thought with a week off recharging that I wouldn't yawn so fast, but 11 laps, guys and girls. Right, Wixie is up to P2. Jeff in P3. Axel, Spaniard right behind. Axel's picked up a penalty again for track limits. Liam and Watty doing very well. Hanging on with Watty all over the curb with massive wiggles. Shugs is closing in with Womjo at a vast rate of knots. Those two pitted for damage very early on. Doing a very good job of just ticking down the time to those in front. Liam holding on from Watty, looking to capitalise on Axel's track limits. All he's got to do is just stay tight and easily drive by him as Axel serves that penalty. Axel with a run on Spaniard. And the rain again, heavy spatter as it then very quickly dissipates. Liam does go past Axel. Watty does go around the outside too, but here comes Shugs and Womjo. So the two of them having made that early stop, or two in Shugs' case, has managed to make up the time on the mid-pack. And into turn one, Axel's going for the move on Liam. Oh, big heavy hit on the curb. Leaves him a little bit out of kilt on the exit, but the Alfa with four-wheel drive, such good acceleration up the hill. It's already alongside Watty, but backs out as Watty and Shugs goes all the way around the outside of Watty, almost on the outside of Liam, and Liam a little bit squeezy. The rain pelting down again, so nobody's quite sure what this weather wants to do with itself. Another heavy burst before it lightens back up. Liam holding on from Shugs very nicely all the way down that little straight. Shugs now looking for the move on the Aston up the inside. He's gonna make it stick. Liam on those intermediates, hoping that the track will start to dry out. And as the rain picks up again, briefly, Liam all over the curbs, losing out to Shugs momentarily, but back on the inside with a run into the final two turns. Does get it stopped. Still loses out to Shugs, which isn't too bad at this moment in time, because those tyres looking like they could be the way to go as the track starts to dry out. Given he's got enough fuel, could go long. Another heavy burst of rain, and Axel's up the inside of Womjo and Liam this time as Liam gets shuffled out wide. Watty somehow has dropped to the back, but up ahead Shugs is chasing down Spaniard. And Jeff is now on the inside of Wixie looking for a move, but dips out at the last minute. Gets that big, heavy Lamborghini rotated, fired out of the corner. And he's almost alongside Wixie, but not quite. To come down into turn three. Jeff now with Spaniard on the outside. Just got to keep it tight, get the launch. Oh, big slide. Spaniard with evasive action sends it to the outside but loses traction too. Shugs just having to back out of that before he gets collected in a fight that wasn't his. And round the outside of Spaniard, oh, bigger twitch, almost taking Shugs off the track. Shugs ducks back underneath. And here comes Axel as well. So the four-wheel drive Alpha's starting to pick up pace. Shugs hitting the curb though with another sideways moment. Wumjo going up the inside and deep into the final two turns. Shugs manages to get the switch back down into the final corner we go. Oh, who's that wide in the background? It's Axel wide. Wumjo sliding through the last corner. All sorts of sideways. Axel now on the outside looking for another move. Can't get that one done. Shugs has been filtered back a position. It's the rain again, another heavy burst before it settles back down. Another heavy burst almost immediately after. So the track trying to dry as the rain continues. Axel with a big slide out of turn 2. On board with Shugs was covered up by the Alpha, much taller. Alpha on the outside in Spaniard as they chase down Wixie. Oh, Spaniard's wide, that allows that Shugs through. Spaniard right behind. Axel manages to make up a position too. Wumjo holding his own in 6th for the moment, with Liam and Watty right behind him. Jeff has got damage. He's been off. Jeff has dropped to the back. So whether that was contact or not, don't know. BSF is up in P1 all by himself and just going about his business. Wixie was P2, has just been shuffled down to P4 with Shugs and Spaniard going up the inside. And all over the exit curb, Jeff's into pit. So, and the rain with another massive heavy burst. It's like a wall of water just pummeling the cars at the moment. Wumjo looking for the move there on Axel, thinks better of it and just pulls out. Axel with a massive run on the corner exit, right up behind Wixie. As they head up into turn 2, the Alpha should have the acceleration. Oh, sideways under braking. Gets it stopped. Wumjo behind with Watty up the inside. Big heavy Lamborghini putting the power down cleanly and driving away from the McLaren. Axel's not able to capitalise on Wixie into turn 2. Looks for a move in 3. Pulls out. Gets the launch by a big twitch on the exit because he's not going to make a move there either. Watty in behind has got ahead of Wumjo, who is up the inside, sideways, all over the curb. Liam now and Watty back up the inside of Wumjo, thinking better of it. Just going to let Wumjo carry on. And oh, Wumjo's wide. It's going to let Watty back up the inside. Wumjo is really wide. Watty looking for the move. Wumjo did go off the track. Liam with a little butt tap on Watty, nearly sending him into Wumjo. Axel now at the back of this group has picked up. Well, he still had that damage from the earlier spin, but he's now at the back of this group. Jeff on fresh wets and fresh damage, fuel, looking to get some clean laps in and just catch back up. Axel with Wumjo, Axel with Watty and Wumjo now on his left hand side up into turn 2. He's going to get it stopped. Rotates nicely and a good launch off the corner too. Watty and Wumjo both twitchy on the exit, and Axel's going to be able to make the clean pass here into 4 or 3. No, thinks better of it, gets it stopped. Watty with a little bum tap on the exit, gives Axel a good kick up the ass right alongside Womjo, again thinking better of it. All sorts of sideways. Watty doing very nice in the McLaren, up the inside of Axel. There's a little door bang. Axel takes to the curb. Lots of little blips as the rain again comes down. Axel on those intermediates was liking the weather for about 10 seconds. And as that little blip passes through, Wixie is down to P. Where's Wixie gone? Wixie's down to P6. Watty's into pit for fuel. So, not getting fuel at that first stop. Wixie right on the outside. Oh, Liam with a big pinch. Nearly gets his nose cut off. And Wixie and Axel trying to go around the outside of him. Axel on the inside. Womjo with a 1 second penalty now. Axel just dropping in behind Wixie, looking for a good clean exit, and gets it. And as those intermediates now look like the tyre to be on, he should be able to start moving forwards. Shugs is in P2 with a 1 second penalty, so he'll lose that almost definitely to Spaniard. BSF just up the front, casually ticking down the laps and the time. In behind, we got Axel and Womjo, Liam. Wixie is now down to P7. So slowly going backwards. Maybe running deep or maybe being shuffled out wide. As the weather seems to have finally subsided, Jeff has made a massive gain from his stop and is again ticking down time to the back of that group. Talking of that group, Axel's up the inside of Shugs now for P3. Oh, nearly has him. Womjo defending from Wixie, who's got the run on the exit. Liam in front of Womjo, giving him a little bit of a tow. Wixie's all over the curb. This could end badly. Womjo goes through on Liam. Liam holding Wixie out wide. Doesn't want to let Wixie have a run underneath him. Womjo running wide picks up a track limit penalty and Liam just drives on by. In front of them, Axel now with Shugs just ahead. Into the right-hander we go. Liam with a good healthy turn. Wixie with a run. Gets alongside Liam and drives past him on the exit. I think Liam had to check up with Womjo. And Liam's down the inside. This is going to be a crash. He hits Womjo T-bone style. Liam just getting all sorts of crossed up under braking, completely accidental, but that taking Womjo out of the battle with Wixie, no damage between them. He should be able to just maintain, should be able to just carry on and not lose too much more time. Though Womjo with that penalty will lose out to Liam again here maybe, unless Liam just drops off. Yeah, Liam just dropping back. Looking for the move though. So he didn't drop back. He kept his foot in it. So Womjo, unfortunate collection. Oh, and Liam with a half-second penalty now. Jeff is on the back of Wixie. And those two heading into turn one. Jeff late on the brakes, a bit deep. Wixie gets it rotated nicely. Firing it up the hill. Shugs is into pit. So we'll see what Shugs does. It's not on the map at the moment. There we go. So I don't know who's at the back. Who's in P9? So Watty and Shugs both into the pits. Both getting fuel and Watty with the error pitted, but only put about a lap's worth of fuel in by the looks of it. Maybe 2 or 3 instead of a full tank. Back into the main fight. Shugs leaves the pits on soft tyres. Is looking to do some tyre trickery and use the drying track to his advantage. Womjo with Liam all over him. Liam's got to serve that penalty, so he'll drop behind. And Jeff and Wixie still ding-donging it out. So head down to the final corner again. Axel into pit for some fuel and possibly tyres. Liam as well. Wixie and Jeff with substantially more fuel. So Spaniard, BSF is almost out, so he's got to pit soon. Wixie in P3 and Jeff in 4, Womjo 5, spewing fumes all over the track as they head into turn 2. Wixie's wide, Jeff's going to get the good exit, Womjo's going to follow the slipstream. Jeff just doesn't have the power towards the end of the straight to get past Wixie, so Wixie's wide line, albeit slower through the corner, is much better for the launch down that hill. And the Aston just able to stay ahead of the Lamborghini. The track's starting to dry out massively now. And those wet tyres starting to chew themselves up. BSF down into the pit lane. Who's that at the back? Watty is at the back on the dry tyres. Shugs ahead on softs. Chasing down Liam, who on the intermediates could go longer. Although he's just pitted and just got fuel. I don't know why you wouldn't get tyres at that point, but maybe a bit of strategy. Womjo, Jeff and Wixie all side by side as BSF has dropped to P5 while still in the pit lane. Quite lengthy pit stop here required. As the track continues to dry out, everyone on these wets are going to really struggle for grip come the next couple of laps. Womjo with very little fuel compared to Jeff and Wixie. So maybe Jeff and Wixie doing a bit of fuel trickery. Spaniard maybe as well. The Spaniard takes the lead. And in that Alpha, just looking very comfortable. Wixie's P2. Following in behind that is Jeff in P3. Womjo is up to P4 from a very bad start. BSF in 5th has come out ahead of Axel. Drifting it through turn 3. Shugs, having pitted for those soft tyres a few laps ago, is on the move now as the track starts to come towards the dry tyres. Liam on the intermediates picked up another half second. And Watty again now just looking to keep it on the dry patch. and make a move back towards the front, but losing time hand over fist at the moment. Not comfortable at all. Womjo's into pit from P5, so that leaves BSF to move up a place. Jeff at turn 2, looks slow, but just in the acceleration phase, chasing down Wixie. These two wanting to push themselves as far as they can by the looks of it, either hoping for more weather or hoping for the track to dry out a bit further. Still in this nighttime phase, the track not drying incredibly fast. Still a few damp patches lying around, and the dry line not totally dry. BSF last lap around a 2:02 compared to a 1:43. That could be pit lane induced. I'll take a reading this lap. Spaniard looking at diving in this lap. In comes Wixie as well, and Jeff. BSF will come around the S's and should comfortably take the lead back. Holding it steady into the final two rights. Down the hill we go into the final corner. Big jump down the step and launching it. And as everybody else now starts filtering into their pit stalls, Axel's in as well. And off goes BSF. So a 140 last lap around compared to a 142 or 143. Spaniard not taking any fuel, neither's Jeff, neither's Wixie. So everyone looking at the same fuel load, give or take. Liam with good amount of fuel, and Shugs on those dry tyres looking good too. So Wixie's come out P4 after that. On some mediums, Jeff on some softs gets a 3-second pit lane penalty. Spaniard on the mediums. Womjo has gone to softs and he is on a mission 2 now. Axel's on to mediums, so he's had a very long pit stop. Maybe having to get fueled as well. And Watty finally down in the 140s catching back up. Oh, a good 137 there before last lap. Just needs to keep it on the dry track. And he'll slowly reel in everyone ahead. As Womjo fires off the track. Real deep into the S's. Liam all over the back of Wixie. Jeff with a massive slowdown nearly gets collected. And that might have put Liam off. It's a little bit deep, but coming in off those intermediates. Finally, was in a good position that. Soft tyres of Jeff chasing down Wixie's mediums. Spaniard also on mediums. BSF also on mediums with a healthy cushion. Shugs has gone. Whoa! Shugs has gone wide at the last corner. Nearly collects Womjo as he comes back onto the track. We'll say that was a skillful rejoin as opposed to a dangerous one, but we'll see what happens in the reviews later in the week. Liam out of the pits now on some soft tyres. Oh, bit squirrely. Trying to get the power down. Gets to the dry part of track and is now breathing a sigh of relief. But 3-second penalty probably for entering the pits there. Watty chasing down Liam. Doing all right. Oh, BSF with a 1-second penalty. It's something that he doesn't need. But comfortable lead nonetheless for the moment. Spaniard P2 coming through, doing all right, keeping it nice and steady. A 142 that lap around, or 141 that lap around for BSF. Here comes Spaniard, we'll see what he can manage. 140. Wixie picking up a track limits with a 140. Jeff also 141. So the mid pack closing in about half a second, give or take. Jeff with a little bit of a drop. Wixie with that half-second penalty won't be closing in much this lap, if at all. BSF comfortable, waiting for the track to dry, seeing a full send. Windscreen wipers are off, no full attack mode engaged here. Oh, Wumjo doing some donuts down at the final corner. Picking up some heavy damage by the looks of it, somewhere in that lap. Watty's into pit, so he'll drop back a bit during this quite lengthy stop. The pit lane here ridiculously long. Liam just coasting. Just coasting. Getting his braking a little bit early for the turn 2 there. Shugs is doing alright, he's up to P6. Oh, twitchy in the Ferrari. Axel P5 will serve that penalty. Jeff in 4th. Wixie in 3rd. And as they head down onto the straight, everyone's starting to spread out a little bit now. Wixie with a 140 compared to the BSF 141, and another half-second penalty there. So P3 and 4 closing in, but 2 not. Jeff wide might get a penalty for that one. Axel with a launch and a half out of the first corner. Firing it up the hill. Closing in on Jeff like a rabid Wolverine. Into turn 2, thinks better of going for the move. You don't want to get on that wet stuff. Not with slick tyres, you don't. Oh, and a big wiggle coming out of turn 2, just catching the wet curb. Shugs in behind, closing down, rapid. In front of them, there's a yellow flag. BSF's had a big off. BSF has had a big off. And that massive lead just whittled down. Gonna have to serve this penalty as well, so that's not gonna help. A good healthy cushion has almost evaporated. It's gonna be an incredibly slow lap. Right down in the 46s, 47 flat compared to Spaniard's 1:39. Wixie in the 39s. Jeff coming along in a 41. Axel's a 4:39. So Shugs with a massive 1:35. Closing in hugely fast. So the changing conditions catching drivers out, and not even the leader with a 20-second gap was immune, and that's put Spaniard right back on him. Wixie chasing down as well into the last 14 minutes of the race. Jeff, Shugs, Axel all together coming down the hill. And as they do, Axel heavy on the brakes, avoids any contact. Having to jam him on hard. Shugs got a massive run on Jeff and had to lift out of it. But Jeff's gone wide, so is Axel's for that matter. And Shugs goes up the inside, nice and comfortable. Soft tyres on Shugs' Ferrari, more worn but producing more grip. Spaniard, oh, bit of Spaniard going for the move on Wixie, sent to Narnia by the curb. Gets a reset to the track, very fortunate, but just catching the curb under braking, that car just snapped and went like a ballerina. So down to P6 goes Spaniard. Oh, somebody's having what a moment. Wixie's having a moment. Wixie's binned it. Shugs has binned it as well. So everyone coming a cropper at turn 1. That's allowed Jeff up to P2. And just like that, in the space of 2 corners, the P2 and 3 have ditched it. And BSF has got a healthy lead again. Bit deep into turn 3, but with the gap being that of what it is, Jeff with a penalty as well, so that gap will only get bigger. Axel's sitting pretty in 3rd at the moment. Spaniard with that rear damage from hitting the wall just a few moments ago. Wixie kicking himself, throwing away a 2nd place with 11 minutes on the clock. Oh, in the background, Shugs having another spin. He picked up rear bumper damage from his little pirouette earlier. Having flown through the last couple of laps, just getting a little bit on the wet, and that's what happens. So, P2 to 5, nose to tail. P1 a little way up the road. Who's that in the pits? Liam is in the pits for some soft tyres. Comes out, he picks up, oh, he's going to get another track limit penalty there for crossing that line. Well, that might have been a bit of lag, but he definitely had it for the entry by the looks of it. So Liam comes out just ahead of P2, going very deep. Didn't need to do that, Liam. Blue flags don't mean jump out the way, they just mean warning that faster cars are coming. Liam hunting for the wet patches on the dry tyres. Very unusual move. Whoa. Oh, it's a 50-minute race. It's not a 1-hour race. That's correct, because I'm a dumbass. So, Liam pitting. Watty goes P8. Wamjo Watty P7. Wamjo P8. Liam in 9th. BSF is a long way up the road. My apologies. I've got this confused with AMC. We run so many hour-long races. This one is an odd liar with a 50-minute race. Probably should just bring it in line with the others. But we'll look at that. So BSF coming across the line in P1. Jeff P2. Oh, big slide. Wixie, as long as he doesn't do anything silly, P3. Spaniard will be P4. Axel P5 with a half-second track limit penalty. Shouldn't make a difference. Shugs with the big damage on the rear bumper. Just coasting along. P6. And that is that. So, the breakdown of the results. Yeah, BSF first, Jeff second, Wixie's third. I believe that is Spaniard in fourth. It is Axel fifth, Shug sixth, Watty 7, Wamjo 8th, and Liam rounding off the group at the back in 9th. Well, that was interesting weather-filled race. If you again would like to join us, we do run the run through the schedule. Mondays we run currently the Axles World Tour Cup. That is 8 p.m. Mondays, UK time. Well, I don't know what car we're in this week, but we're almost at the end of that series. Diva 1992's Academy British GTs is on Tuesday, 8 p.m. UK time. As it said, any GT4s again, any GT4 car for C rank and below drivers. If you're B rank and above, you're more than welcome to join. We use Group 3s. Just to add a bit of difference to it. AMC is on the Wednesday. Andy's Man Club charity series. Andy's Man Club being a male mental health charity here in the UK, with an ever increasing amount of locations nationwide. The support they provide and all the services the men and women involved give, their time, effort, and everything. It's absolutely phenomenal. So if you'd like to join in, just watch, donate to the charity, participate in the races, feel free to do so. Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time. Lobby's open half an hour before to get everybody in and settled. Thursday is the Slipstream Sloth Endurance Series. So Slipstream Sloth is the rebranded name of the Precision Motorsport team. Few things going on in the background with them. They have sorted that with a name change. So the Slipstream Sloth Endurance Series is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. UK time. Lobby's opening half an hour before, as always. Friday we have a day off, so if you'd like to come and do some community racing, some learning or anything, drop a message. Always up for doing some driver training or setups, anything like that. We usually just have a bit of fun, or some take a day off. The packed schedule is that. The European GT series is on Saturdays, 8 p.m. UK time. Any Group 4 European car on a selection of European tracks, that one. Again, open to all ranks, and just come have fun. If you'd like to join us, drop a message in the comments. You can hit us up on BSF Gaming on Facebook or on PSN and let me know what you fancy. Get you some working links to Discord, and hopefully see you on track soon. Thanks for watching this. I will be taking a lunch break and then be back with some more races from last week, this week, shortly. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.